Year 4, we are now on chapter 30. This is the very last part of Alfie Fleet's Guide to the Universe. Okay, so here we go, very last bit. This chapter is called The UTA's Grand Opening. 3 days later, the stone circle cabin beneath number 4 Wiggler Square was stuffed with people holding plates and wondering how they were supposed to eat with a glass in the other hand. Old friends from Book 1 were there, as well as travel writers and journalists. Captain Swag, dressed in rags and freshly rescued from a desert island, told private jokes to the UCC members who stuck around to see the UTA's official opening. The Dragon Diamond Alfie's mum had sold had paid a lot of decorators to work fast, and the place was looking spiffing again. New metal letters hung on the wall. Gleaming beneath expensive spotlights, they spelled out the unusual travel agency. Stacks of freshly printed brochures were piled on the shiny gift shop counter. New stock, including mugs and t-shirts, sat on polished shelves. The carpet was new too. Fairy lights hung from the ceiling, and smartly dressed waiters wandered through the crowd carrying trays of cheese puffs and miniature prawn sandwiches. Prince Hoodwink, sipping from a glass crammed with fruit and umbrellas through a long straw, looked at Alfie over the top of his ridiculously large sunglasses and said, "So I hear you're the chosen one now." The elfin prince was wearing a skin-tight silver trousers and a white fur coat with a bobble hat over his pointy ears. While anyone else would have looked a total pranny, Alfie had to admit that Hoodwink looked fabulous. He was, after all, the world's leading male supermodel. "Well, yeah," Alfie said, blushing. "It's, not a proper job title, but..." Hoodwink wasn't listening. "Hey, Sparkle Legs!" he shouted across the room to another elf who looked almost, but not quite as good-looking as the prince. "He says he's the chosen one." "Who?" shouted back another elf. He was wearing traditional elf gear of tunic and boots with a bow over his shoulders, and his gorgeously shiny copper hair held back with a golden circlet. "Alfie Fleet!" yelled Hoodwink. "The human we hunted in Hinderwood. The ugly one. This is his party. Anyway, he reckons he's the chosen one." Alfie cringed with embarrassment. "The chosen one?" Sparkle Legs snorted. "Chosen for what? To rule over the people with weird knees or something?" "I don't know. I'll ask him." Hoodwink called back, turning to Alfie. He asked, "Chosen for what?" Blushing, Alfie replied, "It's my destiny to bring the universe to a new age of peace and harmony through intergalactic tourism." "What did he say?" Sparkle Legs called over. "Something about destiny," shouted Hoodwink. "I lost interest." "Boring." "Look," said Alfie, changing the subject. "Can you do a cover shoot, Hoodwink? I'm writing a new travel guide. I thought a photo of you leaning against a stone circle or something." Yes. Have your people talk to my people," said Hoodwink, with a wave of the hand. "Nice party, by the way. Terrible music, though. Sorry about that. Lord Poobin would only agree to do the food if we booked General Grome, too." Alfie glanced into the corner where the Goblin General was tinkling at the keys of the piano and crooning his latest song, a jaunty number called Blunt Force Trauma. Lord Poobin had done a great job, though, with the food. Alfie snatched a dainty muffin from the passing tray. "Oh, there you are, sweetie," said his mum, interrupting. "Hello, Hoodwink. You big preening ninny. Mind if I borrow Alfie?" "Not at all," said Hoodwink, failing to hide a yawn. "He's boring me to death. Blah, blah, chosen one, blah, blah, destiny. What about me?" "Why, we ain't talking about me." "Come along, love. You should say something to all of these people," said Alfie's mum, taking him by the elbow and steering him through the crowd. "Yeek," Alfie stopped. "Do I have to?" "You've vanquished dragons and nan-biters. It can't be worse than that." "That's what you think," Alfie told her, looking at the crowd nervously. The idea of standing on the circle platform and speaking to the whole room made him feel a bit weak in the bladder area. Thanks for all this, by the way, Mum, for getting the place fixed up so fast. We'll pay you back. That is, the unusual travel agency will pay you back. It already has, said Mum. I've been taking bookings all night. Trips to visit the mystical serpent of Nurwong Plinky Plonk are surprisingly popular. And Debbie Puddlebeak is going to be very busy. Wingspan trips are selling like... Spotting a flame-haired woman in sparkling armour, she continued, Oh, hello, Sir Brenda. I wanted to talk to you about the first Outlandish quest next week. It looks like you'll be leading a party of 12 into the Howling Palace of Endless Pain. 3 families, 2 children under 6. Sir Brenda lifted her glass to her lips. I'll bring us some of the Howling Pain kiddies' lunchboxes, she murmured. Hello, Dragon Slayer. Hi, Brenda, Alfie bowed, winding his translator again. How's Verminium? Fine, grinned the knight. The minstrels still sing of your adventures. My favourite is Rupert, the idiot who buried all the gold under a mountain of rubble. I could sing it for you if you like. It's very catchy. Spintoffer schlang alang limpy soup. Sir Brenda, said Alfie, spotting a chance to practice out his outlandish. The device around his neck picked up the words and spat them out. I'd rather you didn't, Sir Brenda. Alfie frowned. He gave the translator a shake. He barely listened while Sir Brenda sang. His knees were weird, his heart was bold, the idiot boy who destroyed the gold. His name was Rupert. Oh, Rupert, you utter spanner. If you excuse me, Sir Brenda, there's a couple of people over there I should talk to, said Alfie. He pushed through the crowd, leaving his mum tapping her foot. It is very catchy, she told Sir Brenda before shouting Alfie. Go and say something, son. Alfie pretended not to hear. Dodging through the crowd, he spoke in front of Incontinence Pants and Bernard Stiltskin. Both of them were huddled together, feeling lonely. Oh, it's you two, said Alfie gruffly. I forgot you were still here. Suppose I better do something with you. You ain't going to throw us out, are you, you nasty little spink whittler? Said Pants, glaring through one good lens of his spectacles. We ain't got nowhere else to go. Alfie ignored them, leading up to a small group of people wearing black studded leather. This is Gerald Teethcrusher of Outlandish, he said, owner of Thank Goodness It's Teethcrusher's chain of restaurants and a leader of a band of villainous scum. Gerald Teethcrusher grinned and took a swig from the dirty tankard he was carrying. After an enormous burp, he said, you can't beat a pint of catwee. Hello, young dragon slayer. Have you heard a new song? It's a big hit across Outlandish. I'll sing it for you, like. It goes, I've heard it, Alfie sighed. Gerald, I want you to meet Incontinence Pants and Bernard Stiltskin. They'd fit right into your gang of scoundrels, and probably make good waiters if you're looking for staff. Well, terrible waiters, but they'd suit the atmosphere of the Thank Goodness It's Teethcrushers. Would you just look at this, fellas? Said one of the villainous scum, grabbing Pants by the hair. I've never seen anyone more in need of hot oil treatment and a restyle. When did you have this cut? About 500 years ago, said Pants. What's it got to do with you? Manly Todd is only part-time villainous scum, Alfie explained. Most of the time, he's a hairdresser. He left the little group chatting to Nambiter's ex-henchman, smiling to himself. He was already fulfilling his destiny. People from different ends of the universe were getting to know each other. The professor's voice floated around the room. Alfie made his way towards him. The old man was in full flow. So there I was, jammy, trapped with my finger in a... what do you call them? No, don't tell me. I'll get it in a moment. Panda. Yes. No? Was it a panda? Or was it a dog-beardian finger trap? Anyway, it was fiendishly difficult to get my finger out this panda. And Vlad Salutator, the greasy king of Whoopsie, was slithering closer and closer. By this time, of course, my broken ankle was giving me terrible jip. Oh, Rupert, there you are. Professor, Mr. Snuffgarden, said Alfie. I hope you're enjoying the party. Oh, yes, lovely. I think you wanted Rupert, said the Professor, waving his drink towards the circle platform where Catsit was tapping his foot impatiently. Flem stood at his side, whispering something in Derek's ear. She laughed. Leaving the professor happily twittering on to the spigots, Alfie made his way over. Hi, Catzic, he said. How are the clean Pantheons settling in on the new planet? I'm afraid they've renamed it. Snot, 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 said Catzic. It might take them a while to lose their old ways. No one's eaten each other yet, though. And Flem? I'll be seeing you soon, I guess. Flem nodded. I'll bring you files on some new worlds to look at in a day or two, he said. Thanks. And how are your mum and dad? Father's renamed their little island the Empire of Sir Willican. Flem sighed. He's building an army of crabs. I think we broke him a bit too much, but he seems happy enough. Say hi for me when you next see him. No, I don't think I'll do that. He starts punching himself in the face whenever your name is mentioned. Turning to Derek, Alfie said in outlandish, whiffily spank through dumpling. Derek? You want a rotating butt handle? Said Derek. Really? Derek wound the handle on his translator again. Whiffily spank through dumpling, Derek, he repeated. The translator translated the words. How's it going, Derek? Coming from its tiny trumpet. Alfie stared at Derek, raising an eyebrow. Fam, Derek. Share popsy splindly sip pesto, he said. Well, Derek, the translator said. Apparently I speak outlandish just fine. Busted, said Derek with a shrug. Saving your life gets dull. A girl's got to keep herself entertained. Destiny chose you to look out for me, not, said Alfie. I never signed anything, Derek butted in. Yeah, but I'm fairly sure Destiny didn't mean for you to... If you've finished squabbling, Fleming and I are leaving, Catzic interrupted, flipping his beard over a shoulder. I'm taking the rest of the old UCC members back from where they came from. Most of them, at least. Thank you for all your help, Alfie said, shaking the old man's hand. I couldn't have done it without you. I know, said Catzic. So you're going to say a few words? Alfie blushed. Do I have to? He muttered. No one being the chosen one would be easy. No one said being the chosen one would be easy, Catzic told him. But just get on with it, you weird-kneed little twit. Turning to face the room, Alfie coughed. General Grome stopped playing. Silence spread. Alfie looked across the sea of faces, all staring at him. So, he squeaked, I just wanted to say... Speak up, dearie, yelled a voice. I can't hear a word he's saying. Can you, Mavis? Turn your ear trumpet, you daft trout. Carry on, young man. Don't mind Dot. A smile spread across Alfie's face. Ladies and gentlemen, he said, his voice sounding more confident. Witches, wizards, goblins, dark lords, noble heroes, elves, villainous scum, intrepid holiday-makers, and assorted weirdos from other planets. Welcome to the Unusual Travel Agency. Tonight, the universe is open for business. Book early to avoid disappointment, and don't forget to visit our gift shop. And then we've got a picture here of the Unusual Travel Agency. And we've got Alfie Fleet's Guide to the Universe. Okay, so orbiting the small star of Terro Cerro is the world of Shrimpist, where travellers will find an exciting nation. This is one of the universe's chillier planets, so don't forget to whack warm underwear. Popular with travellers who like rhubarb, warm mittens and rhubarb, this scores highly on the Fleet Unusuality scale and is a great destination for anybody who likes to be thoroughly freaked out whilst eating rhubarb. Oh, there's Death Prism Valley. Visit Death Prism Valley for amazing views of 100-mile long prism. The only object in this place can be seen from Shrimpist 18 neighbouring galaxies. The locals are extremely proud of their massive prism. Everyone else thinks they're freaks. Okay, and then it goes on to show us some other little sections and some other little reviews at the end of the book, but unfortunately this video is going to cut me off in a moment, so maybe we'll get a chance to have a look through those last couple of reviews when you're back in school if you're interested, but I really hope you've enjoyed the rest of the book.